We're here. We're here. We're queer. Oh Lord, we in this thing. Okay, so today will be the 33, the activating of the number 33. I plan to say a lot in this video. It'll be a combination of like talking about the angel number 33, as well as just an overall energy update, things that I've been picking up on, things that I've been experiencing and like going through. So it's been a huge, huge uh, clearing out, grief, going through all these things with different chakras. One of them has been the throat chakra. Obviously, another one of them has been the root chakra. The root chakra has been coming up and I didn't even notice it. My feet kept hurting and I was like, oh, it's just because I'm standing up a lot. But no, it's also this. The sacral chakra has been clearing a lot, and I feel like the other ones have just been like supporting kind of those. So throat chakra, root chakra, sacral chakra. Yeah, I would say mostly those. Ooh. But anyways, this is my first live as the Bright Queen. I'll talk a little bit about that because I'm pretty sure not a lot of people read my post. But basically my post was saying how this came about. I had this vision or dream or whatever you want to call it, and this friend of mine, this friend from a long time that I never met in the 3D, came and like took me on this journey. I saw all these different things, and I was taken to this beach in California, but it looked completely different. It was in black and white, and by the time I got there, like the friend had released me like on the journey, hearing a ring in my ear, on the journey on my own. So I was there on my own, and I saw these huge like archways of white, and I believe the water was like black, but the foam was white, and I think the sand was black. It's kind of blurry, it goes in and out, it switches colors, and in between the arches on along the coast or the shore of the beach, whatever you call it, where this waterfall beneath the arches, and they would go in like on like a timer almost, like and then stop, then stop. And then I don't think I moved. I think reality kind of moved, and I saw past the bridge or past the arches thing, and there was this king on a throne, and the king, hello, Chris, I think that's how you say it. Beyond that was this king on this throne, and this king had completely black skin, like black, like this color black, like legit black skin. And I don't know, he had this look on his face, like almost like a you know, like a I see you. And then so that was that's all that happened in that one. And then after I recorded the live video that I did for, what's it called, or the video, I don't remember if it's a live or what, but it was called I'm So Glad You're Here. Yeah, I recorded the video, I'm so glad you're here, and I was in such a high vibration because I just watched We're Here, and so I'm clearing all this stuff and getting all this healing, and I was basically like lifted up, about to pass out because I was so high in vibration. I saw in my room, pretty sure the same king, but this time his skin was like lavender. It was a very soft purple. I don't really have an example anywhere, but I'm thinking you know what I mean, like a lavender purple. And this time he was draped in like gold, like this gold, like I don't know, clothes, and his crown was shifting. So it's like a normal crown, and like there were like a horizontal like loop thing. Oh, it's so hard to describe. Lord of mercy. Let me try to draw a picture. Okay. Okay. So kind of like this. So there was a regular crown, and then this part was like shifting around. And I heard or I felt like someone say, obviously telepathically, they were like, here you are, like next to a king again. Like, what does that mean? If you're next to a king again and again, you must be the queen. You must be a queen. And I knew then that I would have to change the name of my platforms, whatever you call it, from Queen Sensitivity, because Queen Sensitivity was born out of a need to create a space for myself where my sensitivity could be validated by myself. So it was out of a space of trying to create something that people in my reality kept telling me didn't exist or was like foolish and invaluable. So that's what it was created from, like this attempt to. And the Bright Queen, this new era or this new space or consciousness rather, needed to represent a claiming of that. And I was asking Spirit like what to name it, what to name it. And then I remembered that a few months ago, I had written this song and I called myself the Bright Queen. And I thought it was perfect because I saw the black-skinned king, and I just thought it was nice because there was this play on light. And since then, I'm just now realizing this. I've seen a lot of like angels with light, like these tricks of light, fairies in light, mostly on camera, but also with my eyes, like angels in light. So yeah, that's a little thing. But basically, yeah, like I said, I'm getting into a lot of stuff today, you know, talking about the number 33. So I have some notes here about the number 33. 33 symbolizes hope. Like if you see this number, it's telling you to have hope, to have faith, to have trust, that things can be not only better, but different. Things can be different than the story that's playing out in front of you, okay? Because I feel like we get trapped in these cycles and we're like, is anything ever going to change? It looks like it's still going the same route. And then you see 33 and it's like things can change. And in fact, things can change significantly is what I feel this message is saying from the angel number 33. By the way, I'm not a numerologist. These are all things that I've garnered based on my own intuition, which is perhaps even more important. Another message from 33 is to stay in the moment, because it goes into other things, but this number is a huge number, in my opinion, of transformation, but in a different way than I think the number 44. When I think of transformation in this way, it kind of reminds me of the Empress card, the one specifically with the pregnant belly, which of course I don't have. That deck is over there, but it's the Empress card with the pregnant belly, and it's like that type of transformation, like an addition in terms of the transformation, something new coming that's growing from you, creating something through transformation, taking nothing and creating something from that nothing is the number. And so in order for this to best go about, it's important to really stay in the moment. When fears and doubts and worries and insecurities come up, it's very, very important, if you see the number, angel number 33, to stay in those feelings. Don't distract yourself. Don't run away from them. Don't push them down. Obviously, you don't have to like sink into them and add to them and, you know, keep talking shit about yourself, but don't dismiss them, because they're showing you something. They're showing you what's hidden inside of you, and these things that are hidden inside of you have been contributing to your conscious reality subconsciously, which means that there's a part of you that is controlling you that is not under your control. Or out of your awareness. So it's like you're being controlled by your fears. So what the angel number 33 is doing is to make you aware of this happening so that you can Release it, clear it, confront it, and have it be on its way. Another things that I wrote down: gratefulness and introspection. You see, angel number 33, like I said, it's asking you to stay in the moment and to look around you and to be grateful for what you have created in your reality, for what you have in your reality. This could be any little thing. I feel like in this energy will help, will assist in this whole transition, transformation, creativity period. Like, I'm grateful for my teeth. I'm grateful that I have healthy teeth and they're not hurting me in this moment, because some people have lots of issues with their teeth. I'm grateful for my skin. I'm grateful for my hair. I'm grateful for my legs that walk. I'm grateful that I have water. I'm grateful that I have food. Like, things like that. Just be in the moment and just be grateful, because while you're in this energy of 33, this transition period, like I said, a lot of things will come up. A lot of hidden subconscious things, maybe even memories from the past will be coming up. And so it's like this little sweetness amongst all the sour that angel number 33 is trying to remind you of. Like, there's more to you than just the downfall. There's more to you than just the things that are negatively impacting you. Because I feel like it's really easy, if you're in this energy of the angel number 33, to only focus on what you're doing wrong, or notice the things that aren't how you want them to be in your life. And so it also comes in with this, like, oh, but look how brilliant you are, and look how beautiful you are, and look how lovely you are. Things like that. Another thing is illusions of scarcity. If you're saying in number 33, you might be having a lot of illusions of scarcity around money, around love, around career opportunities, different things like that might be coming up. So this kind of taps into the, I guess, animal totem that I associate with angel number 33, which is the butterfly. So illusions of scarcity is like the stage of the butterfly when it's in the chrysalis, or perhaps even during the caterpillar phase, where it's constantly searching for food, cannot ever have enough food. And then you go into the chrysalis state and it looks like nothing is happening, and like it's dead, and just a dead little lump hanging on a branch or something is what the chrysalis looks like in the one of the phases of the butterfly. And it's like, it's an illusion. It's not true. Actually, inside of that chrysalis, a lot of shit is happening, and that it will be worth the wait. It will be worth the wait is another message from angel number 33. Everything that is happening, this waiting period, this deep healing transitional period, will birth a fucking butterfly. Imagine going from a caterpillar to a chrysalis to a butterfly. Like, it's a huge upgrade. It will be worth the wait. The scarcity is an illusion. The stillness, or like the delays, are illusions. I'm actually becoming quite out of breath, so let me just take a moment. I hope everybody doing fine. Okay. Next, shedding is the energy of angel number 33. Shedding, becoming the snake in your own grass. So like I was saying with this imagery of the butterfly has to shed a lot. So if you're seeing angel number 33, you may be having to let go of something major in your life. This isn't something small, like, I don't know, chewing too much gum, or cutting back on soda or something like that, or not eating so much sweets. I know that could be a major thing for you. It just depends on a person. But this is not something that's small, like, oh, I'm gonna start, like, I don't know, watching one episode instead of 5 episodes. This is something big. Like, this could be family member, a close friend, 1233 now, close friend, a job, or a big plan that you had. This could be you plan to move to a certain place, or you plan to stay in a certain place for a while, and these are abruptly canceled, most likely by you and not so much by outer circumstances. You just have this huge resistance to something or someone in your life, and it has to be cut off. It has to be ended. And I feel like that's going to be very painful. So the part about becoming the snake in your own grass is, I was listening to different videos on YouTube. I do that a lot when I'm anxious, which I have been a lot recently. Not so much when I'm not anxious. I don't watch a lot of readings and stuff when I'm not anxious, but I have been. So I've been watching a lot of like little readings on YouTube, and people kept on referencing snakes in the grass. Like, snakes are this inherently, like, evil creature, and they're not. So angel number 33, animal totem butterfly, animal totem snake. And I do feel like this is also connected to the angel number 13 or 31. I don't know, which for me somehow symbolizes the Ouroboros, which is connected to the number 8. So what's it called, like adjacent or adjunct angel numbers to angel number 33 would be angel number 13, 31, and 8, or 88, if you're seeing all these around the same time. Or the Ouroboros, which is like the snake eating its own tail. And this is what I mean by, like, creating something from the nothing, like from the self. But yeah, becoming the snake in your own grass. So like I said, angel number 33 will have a lot of things coming up. So another word for this would be like shadow work, facing your own shadow, facing those things, those parts of yourself that you really don't want to show, that you really don't want to be known, the things that you really don't want to, throat chakra, the things you really don't want to talk about coming to the surface. And so it's about de-demonizing the snake. And instead of viewing yourself as this person, like, I'm this big human, and I'm gonna cut the grass, and that way I'll get to see all the snakes, and I'll scare the snakes away. It's lowering yourself into, I would say, even your lower chakras, lowering yourself into your shadow self to become one of the snakes in your grass, and to weed out your own truth that way, rather than from this higher perspective. Because from the higher perspective, I feel in a way it's still kind of avoidance. It's still not getting to the root, literally root of the problem, if you're detached from the personal face-to-face experience of it. And then we can even go into, like, how you see this with light workers. Like, a lot of people who watch these types of videos, I'm sure you've had a lot of, like, messages from angels, right? They tell you to do things, or messages from your higher self or spirit, or whatever you like to call it, your spirit guides. They tell you to do these crazy things. They're like, oh, do this. And you're like, but I don't have the money. They're like, oh, do this. But you're like, you don't have the circumstances or something to do that. And for them, these high frequency beings, or your higher self, it seems very easy. And it's because they don't relate to how this world works in the Matrix, where you can't just drop everything and move. You have to, I don't know, cancel credit cards. You have to purchase things. You have to sign documents. You have to get your credit score checked. Like, it's so many little steps that you have to do. But the guidance makes it seem like it's, like, so easy. And this is what I mean. There's like this detachment or this disconnect from what it's actually like in the nitty and gritty. And that's what the angel number 33 is also about. If you've been seeing this number, it's about the nitty, the nitty and the gritty. It's you have to become the snake in your own grass to get to the root of the issue. Which is, it's so interesting how these things like line up, because I went to see It Ends With Us and it was amazing. And Atlas in the book and in the movie, he named his restaurant Root after something that Lily Bloom had said to him when he was younger about you have to take care of the roots. The roots are the most important part. People think it's the flower, but it's not. It's the root. So, yes, that. And so I'll kind of like end slash continue slash segue into more things with this quote that I got. Channel quote. Need to take a moment. I just heard it's clearing. Okay, the quote that I got with during this time of angel number 33 was, God will look like evil to those that have been worshiping the devil. I'll say this again, but a different way. Good will look like evil to those who have been worshiping the devil. That's the quote I got. And it was kind of after watching The Deliverance on Netflix. There's been, I would also say the angel number 33 has a strong like association or connection to religion. Breaking, I don't know if you heard that. Breaking away from religious beliefs and a religious mindset, clearing religious trauma, things like that. But yeah, that movie, The Deliverance, was perfect, I think. But there were like a lot of themes of this. But basically what I got from this was something that happened in my own life. My boundaries were violated by someone in my family. And this was not the first time that this has happened from this person. And it all relates to the angel number 33, but also beyond that. Yes, people, family structures, I also feel like family structure, religion, root chakra, all these things, you know, these things that develop your perspective on safety, your perspective on boundaries at a young age, all these things. Yes. So I came to realizations that people in my family who I still was allowing to have contact with me, abusing this power because they still believe in their mind that they have a right to control me. And it comes from this very almost narcissistic, I am above you, I am better than you mindset from like this outward appearance, but internally it's actually something else. It's actually fear. It's fear of me getting out of their control. It's fear of me leaving them behind and no longer saving them and clearing their karma and their trauma for them. I said what I said, and I feel like I need to say that again. It appears as this hierarchy type of thing, this I'm above you, you're beneath me, almost narcissistic type of mindset. But what it really is fear. It's fear that I will no longer be within their control, clearing their karma and processing and healing all of their trauma for them. So there have recently been a lot of mentions of karma in my reality. And karma is something that I kind of struggle with the wording of. So just to be a quick elaborator, in my opinion, karma is what you put out into the world to create, like energetically, that comes back to you. That's my thing with karma. Okay, that's how I see it. And so, you know, we create our own karma, we produce it for ourselves, and that's what the message has been, that these people will be getting a lot of karma. And what I meant by, again, this quote, what I was getting the message from, God will look like evil to those who have been worshiping the devil, is that I get a lot of villainization. I get villainized a lot by people close to me. Like the moment that I am outside of their own limits, beliefs of what is, I'm instantly the villain. And these people, specifically in religion, so not just people that I know, but other people that I've seen around the world, around the block, they'll say a lot of these things and, I don't know, think they're getting one over on me or getting one over on people like me. I just heard angel workers, light workers, and the such, and I'm like, we can see right through you. And the reason why it worked for so long is because we get trained at a very young age to doubt ourselves and to shame ourselves and take on the burdens of other people through things like forgiveness, things like that. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. We get trained at a very young age to, like I said, doubt ourselves and take on the karma of these entities, really. You know, we could say people, but these entities. And I feel like that's also the energy of the angel number 33. I'm trying to get to like the point of what I was saying, because I'm like all over the place, and I do feel a bit of like resistance, and that's the reason why I want to speak on this on live, because there's this resistance and there's this pushback against me speaking these very true truths, and it's been interfering with my energy field, and that is not going to be allowed anymore. So here we are on live. So I'll just let go of what I was trying to say, because obviously I've forgotten, so whatever. This might be triggering for some people, so trigger warning, and no one younger than 18 should be on here. Anyways, but yeah, religion, angel number 33. People saying these things, but in truth, they mean something else. This was a message that came through in the movie The Deliverance, where Ingenue was telling Andrea's character, Ingenue's character was telling Andrea's character, probably mispronouncing her name, that you can't just say the words like, oh, Jesus, I trust you, and Jesus, I love you. You can't just say these words. She was saying that the devil would be able to know the truth that was in the heart. And so I feel like that's a part of angel number 33, where the truth is being revealed. The true things that you're creating from your heart, from your energy field, are being revealed to you, to the viewer of angel number 33. And one of those things, it's just been a lot of things coming up. So I might be all over the place, but like I said, I've already said trigger warning and things like that. So I'll do my best to speak freely. This theme has been coming up around Christianity, and I remember I was talking to one of my friends, and he was saying like his parents were like religious and Christians, and like that was okay, like that was okay because that's like their choice. And I'm thinking like, but it's not okay. It's their choice, but it's not okay. You know what I mean? There's a difference. It's like saying like, oh, to tie someone up and kidnap them, like that's their choice and it's okay. I was like, no, it's not okay. It's their choice, but it's not okay. Christianity, it's just something that it's not what it is. Like a lot of people think it's this thing, and it's not. It's actually tied to a lot of very fucked up shit. Just to be very frank, it's tied to a lot of very fucked up shit. And anyone who is vibrating from a higher frequency, or anyone who has experienced that true connection with source within themselves knows it. You know it. There will be a resistance to it. But maybe it could just be me. I had a resistance to it. I tried very hard to like get into like the Bible and stuff and read it every day, and it's just this disconnect. And then years later, I realized that it's a reason why. But basically, to people who are in this kind of consciousness of Christianity and other religions and things like that, that are saying these things, when they see someone who is walking in true faith, when they see someone who is living in their truth, when they see someone who is walking in love, in divinity, in integrity, in authenticity, they will look like demons to these people of God. You see what I mean? And one of the best examples of this, I think, would be drag queens. With what's a black butterfly? Came back again. Thanks, boo. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. I'm talking about this. But yes, like the best example of this is drag queens. Like drag queens in general, obviously not every single drag queen is like perfect, but you know, you don't even have to be perfect. That's the thing about like being in your authentic truth. Drag queens are showing the true expression of their soul outwardly, confidently, walking in faith. I'm like, do you know how hard it is? Like, you know how much faith and trust you have to have in God and source and spirit in the universe to put yourself out there in that way, knowing people want to kill you for looking a certain way. So these people expressing their authentic truth, sharing that outwardly of their soul. This butterfly. They are viewed as demons by religious people. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is the energy that's been coming up. So I don't even know, like I said, it's and number 33 and beyond. And number 33, director's cut. Extended edition. These themes have been coming up for me. And you know what? I've had, I don't know, I feel like I'm going to say all this and I feel like it'll relate to people, whether or not people let me know in the comment or via DM or not. But I've had people kind of like chase me down when I do not give them, when I've stopped and I've refused to clear their energy for them and to take on their karma and take on their shame and take on their guilt. When I refuse to do that, they chase me down. They try to guilt trip me and make me feel, try to make me feel like I'm in the wrong. But really, like I said, it'll appear like that outwardly. But really what they're doing, 3322, is trying to get my energy back and trying to see if their tactics at control and disciplinary mindset or actions that they've inflicted upon me are still active, are still working. Okay? So I'm feeling called now to go ahead and get these tarot cards. So we have the Ace of Swords. This was in reverse. We also have the Ace of Wands, and I feel like we're going to get another one soon. But for me, the aces are all about gifts from spirit, things that are handed to us from spirit, from source. And so I feel like one of the gifts coming from this energy is a gift of lack of communication and also a gift of clearing of the throat chakra. I feel like after this phase or season or whatever, this growth spurt, whatever you want to call it, there will be like a new fully blown installment of the throat chakra. People who are in this energy, people who are willing and took upon this challenge or mission or, like I said, growth spurt for themselves, will have a completely new throat chakra system that will function in a way that it never has previously. Talking powerful shit. That's what I'm feeling. I don't know why, but in my mind I keep getting Jimmy Neutron, and like there's this episode where, what's it called, like Mr. Burger, like there's that burger place that they always go to, that diner, and like one of the episodes he upgrades it to like this futuristic burger place where there's no need for employees, like there's no need for staff because it functions on its own, and eventually like it goes to shit. But what I'm getting at from what I feel like Spirit is getting at from this imagery that I've just seen in my mind is that you will have a throat chakra that's completely your own, free, completely free from outside interference, from outside fuckery, from the little voices that tell you, like when your intuition comes through, like say this, or stand in this, and those little doubts that come in, like, oh, but then you'd appear rude, then you appear rude, and maybe that person won't like you if you say this, or if you say this, you'll lose this privilege that you get being attached to. That's another theme that's been coming up. That's another theme, like these threats through connections to other people, because as I said, energy number 33 is attached to shedding and letting go people, circumstances, different things like that. But then there's this like threat from the matrix, like let's say for example, if you leave your husband, something like that, but it's like, oh, my husband has, I don't know, healthcare insurance. If I leave him, then I won't have healthcare to pay for this or to be able to get this surgery done. Or let's say you want to leave a class with a professor at a university. You don't like them. They give you negative vibe. But it's like, if I drop out of this class, then I won't get the credit for this class, and I need this credit to graduate. I feel like Spirit, like this energy of this moment now, is Spirit saying like, trust that I got you beyond the limitations of what society or what the world says. Because these things are not necessarily true. It's like Spirit wants you to choose your integrity over the fears of scarcity or deprivation, being deprived of something. I don't know, I'm seeing like now that show Lessons in Chemistry, and like they wanted, I didn't finish the series because I was just like, oh my god, it's so cliche, but the episodes I did watch, like the administration of like the chemistry department wanted her to like sign papers saying that she was never sexually assaulted, which is a huge theme here as well, like sexual assault. They want her to sign papers that she was not sexually assaulted and that it was actually her fault, and that's the only way she would be admitted into this program, which was basically like the most prestigious and the only one that was like allowing her as a woman to participate in chemistry, and she refused. And I'm like, that shit didn't stop her. Like the Matrix will tell you, like the ops will tell you all day, there's only one way. There's only one way, and it's our fucking way. And if you don't go this way, then you're going to be a failure. And Spirit is saying that is not true. That is not true. And I feel like the message is like, you have to be willing to risk that. You have to be willing to lose that to get it, like to get something better. There's more than one way, is what I'm feeling. We have this Ace of Wands. We have Ten of Swords in reverse. So I feel like this is like pulling the swords out of your own bag. Because we also have here this Nine of Pentacles that's clarifying it. And I feel like you, my people, let me know with like hearts in the comments if like this is you. You, my people who I'm talking to, which is always, always myself. You have worked so hard. I feel like you've tried and tried again to do it like their way, to try to do it in the correct way that this fucking program wants you to do it in. And not only is it not working, but I feel like you're also like, it's making you miserable, and it's also making you angry. And that's why I always say anger is sacred, because it shows you that something is wrong. And a imagery or a visual that I've been getting for a while now, if you've seen that movie Catwoman with Halle Berry, and she's like so soft and she's so nice and she's so polite, and anytime her boss yells at her, she's like, okay, yes sir, got it. And one, after she dies and she gets born again through the energy of the cat, she goes to work and her boss comes in and yells at her, and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I think he says something like, oh, that's not good enough. Like, sorry isn't good enough. And she turns around. She's like, okay, well, let me try the remix. And she goes off on him. And I feel like that's the energy that I've been encouraged to be in from Spirit. Haven't been in it all the way, just a little bit, because I'm getting into it and speaking my truth. That's the energy of like, let me try the remix. Like, okay, like you're saying that me, this being polite, this working hard, letting you stab me in the back, doing all this work for you. There's been a lot of like free labor, doing labor for other people for free. A lot of that. It's like, okay, so all of this hasn't been working. So it's like, okay, let me try the remix. Let me try this version where I'm going to tell it to you how the fuck it is. And that's going to be that. I won't apologize. I won't feel remorse. I won't feel shame. I won't feel guilt about it. It's going to be how it is. Okay. Next ones. High Priestess. 8 of Swords. One second. I feel like I'm like shaking. I'm fine. Just need a moment for some breaths. Alright, I'm getting a message like, there's no more hiding. There's no more hiding. All the people, like, speaking of like karma that I've like been getting the energy of, all the people who have been like fucking with you energetically, like sending you bad vibes, saying one thing, hiding behind these words, I love you, you're so important to me, or I want to do this for you. What else do people say? You're mistaken, you're wrong, you're doing things wrong, you're the one that's the villain, you're the one that's the bad guy, you're the one that's like all these lies. And especially the ones who know they're lying. Like, I feel like some people don't know when they be lying, you know what I mean? But this is especially for the ones who know that they've been lying, who know that they're speaking on mistruths and stuff like that. There's about to be no more hiding. I said it before and I'll say it again. This is the year of reveal. Even though I don't like to think about stuff in terms of time. I'm so sick of time. But this is the year of reveal. And I feel like this next phase is going to be a phase of like personal life. People getting exposed. Which I don't even like to use that because it's like a cultural, like urban slang now, getting exposed. But that's how I feel. Like, I feel like the beginning month of the year was like, I kept saying like there would be outward exposure, like people on the news, like politicians, famous people, things would be revealed about them. And my Lord, has it been? Has that been true? It's been a lot of exposure, like outwardly, like shit's been coming out the fucking closet. Okay? Now I feel like this last little push of this goddamn year that I'm grateful for, It's gonna be like exposure and like close in proximity to you in intimate settings. And you know what? I've recently started watching The Pink Courtroom, which I never watched stuff like that, but I feel like that's why. Like, it's in alignment. Like, it's a show about people in their personal, intimate lives talking about issues or dynamics or theft and lies and close people close to them, their best friends, their boyfriends, like things like that, people very close to them. That's what I feel is gonna happen now, being exposed in that way. And I feel like people in this group who are resonating with me, again, I don't know, comment threes in the comments or put hearts in the comments. My people who this reading is for, like, you will be using this time as like people expose themselves, or people like get their own selves caught up. You know, I feel like you don't really have to do much, I mean, besides speak your truth. But I feel like they're gonna get themselves caught up, like they're gonna slip up and expose themselves. What you'll be doing is using this energy, this momentum of this frequency of this time, of these shifts, to go ahead and free yourself completely. Because it's like, okay, if I'm getting like the White Chicks movie, when they're like at this like fancy event. I think it's like the first event they attend as the White Chicks, and they're trying to like be in composure and like be the white girls they're supposed to be. And then like these people come up to them, and like these men, and start talking shit. And they're like, oh, you want to talk about mamas. Like, you want to talk about mamas. It's like, okay, so since now you've opened up the door for us to talk the shit, to spill the tea, let's spill the goddamn tea. Like, that's what I'm getting from this. Like, so it's like, since you want to open up this door to talk about the truth and how this isn't right and how that isn't right and how this is breaking a rule and how this is inappropriate, let's talk about appropriateness, okay? Let's talk about it. That is the energy. You're using this energy to get yourself out of this Eight of Swords position, out of this stuck position, using the High Priest, the energy of the High Priestess, which is the number 2 card. And remember I was saying earlier about 8 being one of the companion numbers. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling like. And I've seen this happen in my own life, like people coming at me, trying to confront me about different things that I'm doing or I'm not doing right. And it's like, okay, so since you want to talk about what's right and what I'm supposed to be doing, let's talk about what I really am supposed to be doing. Like, let's go ahead and open this table for discussion. And I will not lie, it has been very difficult. It's been very, very difficult having to speak in these truths and say and stand on business. I have hated doing it. I would much rather prefer to be in my closed Eight of Swords little bubble. But in the same instance, I'm grateful for these interactions because of this. Because it's allowing me to experience myself in my own fullness. A message that I'm getting now is like to not be fooled by lies. I'm hearing, like I said before, there's a lot of like lies that's gonna come up. Like, I'm seeing like now so many movies, like A Cinderella Story with Hilary Duff, and how like her stepmom kept like saying, oh, like there's no money and you don't get anything, we can't afford Princeton, like you can only get in via scholarship, there's no money for you. Like I said, like these illusions of scarcity, like there's nothing for you, there's no possible way, there's only one way that you could possibly go, is through if you go to Princeton based on scholarship. And then she doesn't get the scholarship, and it's like, well, you gotta stay here with us. Like these lies that have gone on, and I'm getting a huge emphasis, like in close proximity to you, in close quarters. King of Pentacles. Yeah. Whoop, 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 whoop. Death card, bottom of the deck. Look, fighting, like defending yourself. Yes. And it turns out, like, when she starts speaking her truth, because she was told that if she talks back and then that if she expresses her true opinions, then she would just be punished and they would just take more and more shit from her. But then when she starts speaking her truth, that damn door slam on the diner and it rips the paper, and it, what's the quote? It's like, never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing a game show. Then she be on. And then all this shit gets revealed of how they stole money from her. The diner is actually hers. The shit actually belonged to her. Like, it's just all these fucking lies showing up is what I'm feeling. You actually are very abundant. And there's a death occurring, a rebirth occurring, so that these things can be exposed. The haters can be exposed, literally. I found out recently, I told you, a lot of like people that are famous being exposed, like that lady from Haters Back Off. It's coming out. Okay, so is there anything else you want me to say, Spirit, about this King of Pentacles that you'd like me to say? We have King of Wands and we have Temperance. I feel like Spirit is saying, don't wait. Like, when you feel called to like be about that action, like be about that fire, do it. But also like be patient in terms of like the flow of it. Like the result of it will flow in. Might not be slow, might not be fast. But like trust the divine timing of the karma, the good karma of your actions to appear, to flow to you. Not appear, to flow to you. Oh, yeah, Nine of Pentacles, wish fulfillment is coming. Wish fulfillment is here. Like, forget coming. I don't like when people like always say stuff like that, like in readings. They're like, oh, it's, give it time. And it's like, these readings are timeless. So it for some people it'll be like there's still like, I don't know, space needed, and for other people this will be happening right as it's happening, which as all time is, it's always happening right now. So what do you want to say to close this out, Spirit? I'm feeling this one. So this one we will do. This is the Modern Witch Tarot, and that one's just the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot. I feel like someone is behind me. Like someone is like in your corner is what I'm feeling. 111. Wow. Ha! On the clock, 111. Someone is behind you. Like somebody is standing up for you. You are supported. More so now than ever before in your life. You are supported. Just saw the Fool card. Okay. Danny Zuko? Like what? Why am I hearing Danny Zuko? Another Ace of Swords I just saw. The Emperor, Two of Cups. Wow. Okay. This deck is so hard to shuffle. But we gonna do it. We gonna get her through. One more time. I'm feeling this one. Spirit is saying no. Any last messages, Spirit, you'd like to share? Wow, that one just jumped the fuck out. Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. I'm hearing like your time will come, but I'm also hearing like your time, like this is your time is what I'm hearing. Like this is your time. Like I said, for like the people who's like my people who's this reading is for, like leave a little, just heard a little tap. Leave a little 333 or a little heart in the comments. Because this is for the people who are like me. I feel like you've been very patient. Excuse me. Like, you're the kind of person, like, that always, like, lets someone else go first. Like, oh, go ahead through the door. Like, you can go. I'll wait. Or, like, if you're in a line and there's a child, you say, oh, child, you can go in front of me. Or elderly person, you get up and give them your seat. Like, you're this kind of person. And if you're also, like, this kind of person, then you will also have people who love to like try to humble you because they're intimidated by you, you know, and then they'll disguise it as, but I'm looking out for you, you know, but I'm looking out for you. And I'm like, I'm telling the truth. Like, you're getting too high and mighty for me. Like, you're also that person. So you're the person who like is patient and kind and polite. Lets everybody go first, does all this free labor, because energy work is labor. Hell yeah. That shit is hard. Clearing people's energy fields, taking on their burdens, taking on their trauma. You do that, and people don't respect you enough, and they don't pay you enough. They don't give you enough in terms of energetic exchange. Doesn't necessarily have to be money, but they don't reciprocate it. You people, you folks, that big ass blessing that you've always known was for you has arrived. And I feel like the message is like to go ahead and like get into that energy. Yeah, no more Five of Cups. Anything else you'd like to say, Spirit? Not Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles. This card came out again, and in on my head, the Page of Cups. So I feel like the message is like, I'm hearing like beggars can't be choosers. Beggars don't get to choose you no more. You might have a lot of people like popping up from like the past, which I have. It's been surprising. Yeah, it's been surprising, but also not. Like people from the past coming and begging for you. And I feel like Spirit is saying, enjoy your shit. Like, enjoy your cup. I remember I was watching like an interview with Lil Baby. I think it was Charlamagne the God. I don't know, but it was an interview with Lil Baby. And like somebody asked him like, do you feel bad like that you have like, you know, your homeboys like that's in the penitentiary, like they're in jail, and like you're like on a yacht and like, or in your mansion, like drinking out of chalices and shit. And he was like, no. He's like, no, I don't feel bad. And that's the energy that Spirit wants you to be in. Like, the beggars don't get to choose you no more. Like, don't feel guilty. Enjoy your cup. Enjoy your drinks, your lavishness. I don't know, whatever you drink, your wine, your Coke Zero, your lemonade, your teas, your kombucha. Enjoy your drink, and don't let the beggars choose you, because they will be begging if they haven't already. Telling you, because this has already happened in my life in multiple ways. And I feel like it's just a sign. It's just a sign. I'm feeling like some people of my people, you will be getting like that connection, like that love that you deserve. Like, I don't know. It's just been like feeling this. I've been feeling this, like watching it ends with us and just, I don't know, something else, but it's like Atlas, like he's like the dream fucking guy. He was so attractive. I didn't think he would be attractive, but the man that played him was so attractive. He felt like so homey, and like his house with like the nice comforting vibes, the low light, like the fact that she knew she was safe there, like that feeling that we never got. I would say especially divine feminines, but also, you know, everybody. You get that. You get to have a space where you feel safe, that someone else has prepared for you, where you didn't have to do all this work and order all the furniture and shit, you know, and buy all the food and pick out shit. You get to have this just delivered to you, accessible by you from someone else. And you also get to have loving company in that space, because I feel like it's always been like one or none. Like, you don't get a comforting space or like the loving connection, or either you work your ass off and you get strong boundaries and you create that safe space for yourself, but then you're in it by yourself. Like, you don't get that companionship within that space. This is the both. This is the both. This is the one and the two. And it's beautiful. And it's here. It's here. And don't let nobody else tell you otherwise. 'Cause I'm telling you, people been lying, okay? People have been lying. People who tell you that things are not possible or it's just one way. I don't know, I'm hearing like someone saying like, oh, sorry, we only had like one seat left. It's a damn lie. People have been lying to you, and I feel like you will be shooketh. You will be shooketh when you find out just how many people have been lying to you, like out of their own insecurity and out of fear for who you will become once you find out who the fuck you are. Yeah, lies. Lies and deception. Oh my gosh, from people in the community. And I feel like people are going to come now to tell the truth. I don't know. I just feel like things are about to get exposed. I will say, like, the closing out of this 333 is audacity. That's the last note that I have in my notebook, actually. Audacity. Have the audacity of your own God self. Have the audacity of your own God self. If we're taking Jesus out of the equation and all these other figures that we've been trained to give our power away to, and you're the authority figure, you're the person that allows permission of yourself to access everything, have the audacity of that person, of that being, of that consciousness. And I'm hearing, like, see how everything shifts. Stop believing the lies. I'm hearing, stop believing the lies. Don't believe the lies. Don't believe them. Don't believe them. Stop shaming your anger. Stop shaming your instincts when you feel a certain way about when certain people, or a certain way about what people say, and you feel angry. Stop shaming yourself. Yeah, have the audacity. I will leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being here for this space, and I'm grateful for myself. All right. Bye.